Welcome to Iraqi Dinar Hub. Today's update takes a look at a story that has drawn the attention of global analysts and financial watchers everywhere. A major shift involving the Iraqi dinar, a topic debated for almost 20 years, is now reportedly taking shape. This time, the development isn't being framed as rumor or speculation. Instead, it's being tied to visible changes happening right now. The narrative around the dinar, long a blend of doubt and anticipation, seems to be entering an entirely new chapter. What's being described is a direct change to its status, one that many have followed for years but didn't expect to arrive with this level of speed. The conversation has now shifted toward understanding exactly how this change works, what the immediate effects might be, and the background behind what is being called a major financial milestone. Analysts across the world are actively evaluating the situation as it unfolds. The headline today is clear. Reports say the revaluation of the Iraqi dinar has been carried out. This step is being characterized as a firm and definitive move, signaling the start of a new economic direction for Iraq. After spending years under a particular monetary framework, this shift is being portrayed as Iraq reintroducing its currency to the global stage. The dialogue has moved past hypothetical possibilities and into the breakdown of what is being presented as a real-time financial event. Governments and markets around the world are said to be taking notice. At the core of today's story is more than just a numerical adjustment. It's the message behind it. Observers who have tracked the currency's trajectory for years are calling this the moment Iraq reclaims its position within the international economic community. To understand how meaningful this update is, it's necessary to reflect on the dinar's path over the last 20 years. The currency has weathered skepticism, competing theories, and intense public debate. While online conversations often got clouded by speculation, a different, quieter process was unfolding behind the scenes. Iraq's financial leadership was reportedly carrying out a slow, methodical rebuild. This included policy changes, banking reforms, and establishing global partnerships, all done to prepare for a time when Iraq could return to the world economy with renewed stability and confidence. Today's reports are being presented as the result of that deliberate, long-term effort. The long-discussed revaluation is now being reported as a completed reality. This isn't being described as a small tweak, but as a major step toward restoring economic strength and national financial independence. Early market signals appear to support what many long-term followers believed, that the dinar had untapped potential beneath years of challenges. With the new rate now circulating, Iraq is being portrayed as officially stepping back into the global economic arena with a reset valuation. Analysts are no longer asking if the main focus now is how the new value will be integrated across global systems. To understand the depth of this move, it's important to look beyond the updated exchange rate. The new valuation is being characterized as the result of years of rebuilding, structural reforms, and aligning Iraq's financial direction with major international institutions. After a long stretch of working under what many described as an undervalued system, Iraq has reportedly repositioned its currency in a way that now places it closer to stronger regional currencies. This shift is already stirring significant discussion among global economic analysts. As markets react and adjust, the impact of this update is being felt well beyond the country's borders, creating early waves of movement within the financial world. Initial reports say stock markets in major financial hubs from Dubai to London are already showing signs of response. The adjustment to the dinar is forcing traders and institutions to reevaluate their strategies. In the oil market, analysts claim that pricing models are being reconsidered due to Iraq's role as a leading supplier. At the same time, international banks are said to be updating their internal rate sheets to account for the new valuation. This rapid alignment across sectors suggests that the event is being taken seriously on a global scale. For many observers, this moment marks a turning point in Iraq's economic identity. The effects being felt now are widely seen as the first of many shifts that could influence trade, its investment patterns, and regional dynamics for years to come. To see how this event became possible, we have to look at the extensive work Iraq's financial authorities have done over recent years. The Central Bank of Iraq has reportedly led a comprehensive campaign to upgrade and modernize the entire financial system. This wasn't just one project, but an interconnected set of initiatives developing digital banking capability, preparing new currency designs, and enforcing stronger anti-corruption frameworks. These domestic upgrades were paired with cooperation from major international financial institutions, ensuring Iraq's progress wasn't happening in isolation. Everything appears to have been part of a long-term strategy aimed at transforming the country's economic foundation. The goal was clearly more than adjusting a currency rate, it was about reshaping Iraq's economic environment from the ground up. Efforts included modernizing payment systems for faster and more secure transactions, expanding integration with global networks like SWIFT, and improving compliance procedures to match standards set by the IMF and World Bank. All signs pointed toward one overarching objective: getting Iraq ready for global economic reintegration. For those who closely watch these developments, today's reported change doesn't feel sudden. Instead, it's being described as the predictable end result of a long-term plan focused on financial stability and modernization. What stands out for many observers is the level of coordination that reportedly occurred between Iraq and international financial systems. This wasn't a decision made in isolation. Reports claim that major global banks and financial networks had already prepared their systems for the transition. When the adjustment reportedly went live in Iraq, digital screens in banking terminals and major financial centers, including Dubai, London, and New York, began reflecting the new rate within hours. This near-instant synchronization suggests that global institutions were expecting the move, further signaling international recognition of the update. As this alignment took place, investors and analysts who rely heavily on system-wide confirmation reportedly took it as a green light, viewing the revaluation as an active and legitimate market event. The new value being circulated places the dinar among stronger currencies in the region, according to early reports. This is being seen as more than a monetary increase. It's a symbol of the country's resilience and recovery. After years of hardship, rebuilding, and uncertainty, the dinar is being framed as a representation of Iraq's strength and renewed economic capability. While international traders are treating this as a major financial event, inside Iraq, the tone is much more emotional. Many citizens see this as long-awaited recognition and a correction of the financial challenges they've endured. Reports describe an atmosphere of excitement, especially in Baghdad, where crowds have gathered by banks and government offices, celebrating with music and expressions of relief. For many Iraqis, this moment is about more than currency. It's about national pride and hope for a more stable future. Local news anchors reportedly struggled to maintain composure when announcing the new rate, highlighting how deeply meaningful the moment is for the people. The impact of this event isn't limited to Iraq. The shift is already influencing global markets. Oil analysts say pricing models may need to be restructured because of Iraq's central role in the industry. Changes in how oil contracts are priced and settled could affect both major importers and exporters. At the same time, corporate and investor attitudes toward Iraq seem to be shifting. Businesses that previously hesitated due to instability are reportedly reassessing their positions. Regional stock markets have seen noticeable investment spikes in sectors connected to Iraq, and the Baghdad Stock Exchange reportedly reached record highs within the first day. This may signal the start of a larger wave of economic engagement. Analysts are also noting the timing of the move as strategic. Making this adjustment during a period of global economic transition and just before a new financial cycle may give Iraq an advantage. It suggests a shift from reactive to proactive economic planning. This could open doors to new partnerships across multiple continents. Investors and global funds are already said to be evaluating opportunities in Iraq, treating this as the emergence of a new financial identity rather than just a rate change. Much of this renewed interest is tied to the structural reforms Iraq has already carried out. Alongside the revaluation, reports claim that Iraq has also launched a major digital dinar initiative. This project appears to be aimed at connecting the nation more directly to the global digital economy. Features reportedly include digital wallets, instant transfers, and cross-border payment compatibility with international standards. This could significantly change how everyday business is conducted in the country, offering citizens modern tools that many global economies already rely on. The next few days are being labeled as an important observation period. Experts are advising the public to stay patient and rely only on official guidance for any exchange or redemption processes. Banks and government agencies are expected to provide clear instructions as the situation continues to unfold. This kind of caution is normal for large-scale financial transitions, which depend on accurate coordination across multiple countries. Behind the scenes, policymakers from major economies, including the US, Europe, and Asia, are reportedly reassessing how this shift could affect global trade and economic agreements. When a major oil-producing nation adjusts its currency so significantly, it naturally sparks wider strategic evaluations. Some economists are even calling this a potential turning point for Middle Eastern financial dynamics, with implications far beyond Iraq itself. Domestically, the stronger currency could bring positive effects. Cheaper import costs may help stabilize inflation and boost consumer confidence. Businesses may gain more stability for long-term planning. Sectors like construction, tourism, and foreign investment could see strong growth. Many believe Iraq is transitioning away from being labeled a higher-risk market and moving toward becoming an attractive economic hub in the region. This event also carries symbolic weight. For decades, global discussions about Iraq were often tied to conflict or rebuilding efforts. Today, the story is shifting toward recovery, progress, and renewal. The revaluation represents more than a financial adjustment. It stands as a reminder of the country's determination and resilience. It shows how sustained efforts and long-term planning can eventually lead to dramatic change. As the world continues adjusting to this updated financial landscape, one thing is clear: the story of the Iraqi dinar has moved into a new era. In the coming weeks and months, analysts will be watching closely to understand how markets adapt, how other nations respond, and how Iraq's internal environment evolves. Whether this marks a new economic chapter or the beginning of broader regional shifts, the dinar has firmly entered the center of international financial attention.